cognitive hypnotherapy is using NLP. So in very sort of short way, if you could explain what is NLP and how can you use it?
Okay, NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and it was developed by two guys called Bandler and Grinder back in the 70s. And it really arose from a curiosity about how people kind of made sense of the world to themselves. So it was a study of the psychology of subjectivity. And what came out of it was this realization of the differences between people. We all tend to think, we all know that we think, but most of us don't know how we think. And the sudden realization that how I think is different to how you think, or anybody else, was really quite radical at the time and is still resisted to some degree. And they came up with a number of models as a result of this distinction, this difference, that led to a number of techniques that have helped people with a range of things, you know, from phobias and anxiety attacks to performance skills. They really began by looking at what people did well. They looked at people who were great in their field, and they asked them loads and loads of questions to get their mindset and the steps they went through to be good at what they were doing. And they distilled this learning down into these models. They then taught to other people, which raised the performance of those other people. So you begin to realize that what Aristotle said many, many centuries ago about excellence being a habit is actually true to a great deal, to a great extent, that if we follow the same steps each time, we'll tend to get the same result. So the more we do what works, the more we're going to get the better result. The less we do what doesn't work, the more we're going to avoid the things we want to avoid. It's very, very simple. So NLP is this kind of loose collection of models that aren't true, they're just useful, that should always be evolving as we learn better ways of doing stuff.